What do a banker, a dog walker, a doctor, a landscaper, a house cleaner, and a digital marketer all have in common? They can all build vast amounts of wealth. Now, you might think that building wealth comes from being a business owner, having rich parents, having a prestigious job, or having a stroke of luck in your favor. While all of that can help you on your journey to building wealth, they are not the end-all be-all. The truth is, building wealth is about making a ton of money from your work. Yes, it plays a part of it, but there's more to that. Let's explore the untold truths of wealth building. Be sure to stick around to the end for the biggest truth. Untold truth number 4. Your money habits matter more than your paycheck. Let's face it, having a 6-figure or 7-figure annual salary might seem pretty sweet. Not too many people would pass that opportunity up. It would solve a lot of people's problems if they made that money, myself included. Yet, it doesn't matter what you make, it's what you keep. Let's take Keith and Rob for example. Keith is 30 years old and has an annual salary of $50,000 per year and is able to save around $5,000 per year and invest the funds. While it might not seem much, after 30 years, he'd have $150,000 saved, not counting for compounding. If he earns a modest 4% on his annual investments, he'd have around $296,193 in 30 years. This is assuming that he puts in $5,000 every year and his return doesn't change. Rob is also 30 years old, but he makes double what Keith makes, making $100,000 per year. Rob, however, doesn't invest. He spends his money away like the average person and puts nothing aside for the future. As such, his net worth is still zero in 30 years, yet he's made more money over the course of 30 years. So, who's truly wealthy? It's obvious that Keith has built up his wealth, and his net worth far exceeds Rob, while making half as much. You might think that someone that makes $100,000 a year would at least put some money aside. Yet, a Lending Club report in December 2023 reported that half of American earners that make $100,000 a year or more live paycheck to paycheck. It's a startling reality for many high-income earners. So what's the takeaway? Live below your means, pay yourself 10% each paycheck, and invest that money for the future. Your older self will thank you. Untold truth number 3. Time is your most valuable asset. There is no greater asset than time. Why? You can't make more of it. You have a set time on this earth, and when it runs out, you're done. That's why the rich and wealthy try to use their time wisely and have their money work for them. They don't waste their time as it's more precious than gold. The greatest tool that they created to help them out was the tool of compounding. I have a video about compounding, but I'll briefly go over what it is here. Think of compounding like planting an acorn that will grow into a mighty oak tree. The sooner you plant the acorn, the sooner and bigger your oak tree will be. Same thing with money. It all starts with a small investment, but as you tend to it and add more funds to it, it will grow into a mighty nest egg for you in retirement. Like in our example with Keith, he started at 30 years old and was able to grow his investments with the power of compounding. Now, he invested $5,000 per year for 30 years. What if he started 5 years sooner at 25 years old? He would still have around $293,000 at age 55, but if he continues until age 60, his nest egg would be around $387,000. If he continues for an additional 5 years and stops at age 65, he would nearly be at $500,000 by retirement. Sure, it's not millions, but he's sure as heck a lot better off than his buddy Rob, who blows his money each week and doesn't save for retirement. Now, this isn't to say that Keith doesn't have fun. I'm sure he finds ways to have a good time. What he values, though, is the future, and he knows that if he remains disciplined through his life and consistently invests each month, his future self will be able to draw upon the investments and take him through retirement. Live below your means and remain consistent with investing, and you'll end up like Keith, no matter how much you make. Untold truth number 2. Luck plays a supporting role, not a leading one. Wealth isn't built in get-rich-quick schemes, unless you're the one running one. Nor are they built in the lottery, winning big on the jackpot. It's also not built in casinos, unless you own one, and it's certainly not built by day trading stocks, although you might make some money doing that. In fact, these different strategies are nothing more than simple luck. Now, there are times when you do get lucky and an opportunity that hits a home run lands on your lap. Sometimes you position yourself in a way that you can profit on a trend. The reality is, however, building wealth takes time, dedication, and consistent discipline. Developing your skills to be able to increase your income and putting money aside each month to invest is what will help you build wealth in a seriously big way. If you are relying on lady luck to get you your big break in life, you might never get that chance, leading you to nothing but disappointment. Sure, you might win the lottery or have a business idea that takes off, but if you haven't built the mental strength and skills to be disciplined enough to not squander away your wealth, well, you can kiss any kind of fortune goodbye. Don't rely on luck. Build your skills the proper way, learn the processes, and build over your lifetime. Live in such a way that you are prepared to run the marathon of life, not the sprint of the next week or month. Untold truth number 1. Wealth is less about money and more about other things. You're probably thinking, hang on, what do you mean wealth is less about money? Isn't that the literal definition of wealth? Well, to the untrained eyes, sure. But, as Bob Marley once said, some people are so poor, the only thing they have is money. Money might get you a bunch of things, like a house, car, vacations, expensive dinners, etc., which are all fine and dandy. But, do you have relationships to share these experiences with? Do you have a fulfilling purpose in life? Do you give generously? Is time on your side? Or have you squandered everything that means more than money just to acquire a few extra dollars? See, a rich man in his 80s or 90s would trade everything away just to be 25 again. There are entrepreneurs that gave up a family and friends to grind away on a business that might turn them into the next Elon Musk. Some people sell their souls to a company that maybe doesn't care about them, just so they can climb the corporate ladder and become the CEO. But, at the end of the day, they might have sacrificed more important things in life just to obtain a lesser thing. They chose earning more money over having quality friendships and relationships. Instead of having a group of friends that love, support, and encourage each other, they decided to go as a lone wolf. Maybe they got rich, but they might not have anyone meaningful to share it with. All that's left are shallow relationships that tear them apart. Now, I'm not saying money isn't a part of wealth. It most certainly makes a good portion of it. Otherwise, how else can you retire or pass along your legacy to your future? The thing to remember is that wealth is more than money. It's the learning you've done, the skills you've acquired, the people you've met and loved, the passions of life, the little things that make up your daily life. Giving back to those that believed in you, memories of experiences, giving charitably to those in need. That's where true wealth comes in. If you focus on that, the money will follow. While building wealth can be accomplished by working a nice, cushy job, it's important to remember the other, more important aspects of wealth building. Apply this knowledge as you see fit, and you'll see yourself becoming far wealthier than you could ever dream. Do any of these points stand out to you? What's another untold truth about wealth? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, be sure to watch my video on what your ideal net worth by age should be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.